Okay, I'll be starting my second gold refining soon, and I wanted to show you what I've acquired in the last about 3 or 4 weeks to do this second refining. We have 14 carat scrap, some 10 carat scrap, and one ring at 18 carat. We have to calculate how much silver to put in, so what we're going to do is we're going to weigh all this scrap just to see how much actual weight we have of the scrap. So let's turn on the scale. We'll start with the 14 karat scrap, and what I've done, I pre-cleaned this jewelry. I removed the clasps and any metal that was not gold or precious metal has been taken out. Let's tear the scale. Scale's at 0, and let's get a weight on the 14 karat. We have 44.88 grams. 44.88. All right. I'm going to do the same thing with the 10K. We'll get a total weight on it. I've done the same thing with the 10K. I removed everything that was not gold. $10K, we have, looks like 15.23. Okay, 15.23 of 10K. Now 18K, we have that one ring. 11.65. 18K, 11.65. All right, we have those numbers. Now we have to figure out how much silver to put in. So what we want to do for the inquartation is we want to reduce the total gold weight to 6 carat or 25% gold by adding silver, so that the gold ratio is 25 to 75% silver and other metal which is already in the gold. So what we got to do is figure out how much gold is actually in this 14 karat. So we take the 14.88 times 0.583, which is 26.16. That's how much actual gold is in this 14 karat scrap. I'm going to do the same thing with the 10 karat. 10 karat, we're going to multiply it times 0.417, and that's going to be 6.35. And for the 18 karat, we're going to multiply that times 0.75. And that's going to be 8.74. So these numbers is the actual amount of gold that we have in these 3 samples. Now, because we need 3 times as much silver as gold, we're going to multiply 26.16 times 3 to give us how much silver needs to be in with this amount of gold, and that's going to be 78 0.48. We're going to do this also with the 10 carat and with the 18 carat. So with the 10 carat we need 19.05 grams of silver, and with the 18 carat we need 26.22 grams. Of silver. Now we can't just put this amount of silver in, because this has to be adjusted, because this amount, this carat scrap already has base metals in it. Some silver, copper, maybe zinc or tin, whatever. It's also in here. So what we have to do is figure out the difference between the amount of gold in the carat scrap subtracted from the total weight of the carat scrap, then that has to be subtracted from the amount of silver that we have to add. So 44.88 total grams of 14 carat minus 26.16 grams of calculated 24 karat gold in this 14 carat. So that minus that is going to equal 18.72. We're going to do the same calculation for the 10 and the 18K. So 15.23 minus 6.35 pure gold is going to be 8.88. And 11.65 minus the 8.74 pure gold that's in the 18K is 2.81. Now what we have to do is to subtract the amount of metal that is already in the carat scrap from the amount of silver, or the amount of metal needed to reduce this carat scrap to 6 carat or 25% pure gold. So we take 78.48, we're going to minus 18.72, and that's going to be 59.76. Now that is how much silver we have to add, because with that silver and this amount of metal that is already in this 14K scrap, this plus this will equal this, and that's the total amount that needs to be in with the amount of pure gold that's in this scrap. I hope I'm being clear. I'm going to do the calculations for the other two as well. So 1905 minus 8.88 is going to equal 10.17, and 26.22 minus 2.81 is going to equal 23.41. Okay, this is the amount of silver we have to add to the 14 carat, so that this amount of silver plus the amount of silver that is already in the 14 carat, these two equal this amount of weight, which is 3 times the amount of gold that we calculate to be in the 14 carat. This formula is the same for every carat. So these are the amounts we have to add. But if we have too much silver in our sample, and we bring the carat value of our inquartation below 25% or below 6 carat, there's a chance that it can go nano on us, and it will make it extremely difficult to recover the gold. So what we're going to do is make sure that we don't have too much silver in there, and we're going to take these three totals and multiply them by 95% to knock down the amount of silver in the sample. So 59.76 times 0.95, and I'm running out of paper, but oh well, this is what we're going to do. 59.76 times 0.95 is 56.77. That'd be the 14 carat. The 10 carat is going to be 10.17 times 0.95, 10.23, and the 18 carat and 23.41 times 0.95 equals 22.24 grams. So now we'll add all these up, and the total is going to be 89.24 grams silver. Add. So now with all this much silver and this much base metal is 3 times this, which gives us 6 carat. Actually, it's a tad less because we took 5% off of this total to make sure that we don't go less than 6 carat. Okay, while double checking, I noticed this right here. 11.65 minus 8.74 is 2.91. This is a 9. I can't even read my own writing. That's 2.91. So that's going to change this number to 23.31. Always double check your work. That's what I just did. So that's 23.31. So now we get 23.31. I mean, it's not much, but it's enough. 23.31 times 0.95 is 22.14, and that's going to drop 1/10 of a gram, so that should equal 89.14. 89.14 to make sure that I can read my own writing. Right there, silver. So anyway, that's how I do my calculation. On to the next step. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to weigh up the silver that's going to go in this batch. We need 89.44 grams. Scale over there, get a tear on it. Put my little tray on there. Tear it off. We are at all zeros. We're going to throw these two in there. That's going to be 62 grams. And we're going to finish the amount with cement silver. I have cement silver from my last refining. This is what I recovered. So we're going to use some of this to make up the difference. This is pure silver metal in powder form. I'm going to get it up to 89.14. Oh, a little heavy. Take a little bit out. $89.18. Let's see if I can take a micron out of there. And when we get this touchy, it probably doesn't matter, but get as close as I can. $89.16. Cement silver and 2 coins. We're going to go with that. So everything is weighed. We have our gold weighed, everything calculated. What I have is a nice clean bowl. I'm going to put all our gold in there. Actually, we don't have to do that, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because all this is going to go into a melt dish. Everything's calculated, checked, cleaned. So we're good. 18K. All our gold. And the silver that's going to go into it for the inquartation. And brush it all down, get it all in there. Talk about a few hundredths of a gram, but we get it all in there. And that's it. We're ready to go to melt. Alright, Mrs. Arizona has just informed me that I used one of her good brushes to sweep out the silver out of my tray. So what she did was she let me know, and she gave me this brush. She said this is the gold brush, and this is now my brush to do all the sweeping that I have to do. That way I won't have any problems with using her supplies. I have now, thank you Mrs. Arizona, I have my own brush. And it's quite a nice brush, as I must say. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Alright. I say double check before. Now I'm going to say triple check. Because on checking my numbers, what I found was, 10.17 times 0.95 is 10.23. That is not correct. Actually, 10.17 times 0.95 equals 9.66. So that's wrong. We got 9.66 is what we want to reduce it to. So that makes us over on the silver that I put in. So I'm going to have to take some silver out. So we put in 10.23 for this. We really need 9.66 for this. So we're going to subtract 10.23, 9.66 from 10.23, and we're going to get 0.57. So now we have to take 0.57 grams of silver, which is a little over half a gram of silver out of 89.14. So that's what we're going to do. Let me get the scale. We got a scale here. And it says 0. We're going to take our bowl that I put in there, put all the material in earlier. And we have to remove 0.57 grams of silver. So to do that, we're going to tear everything. and we're going to scoop out 5.7 grams of silver. Once it goes negative 0.57, we'll be okay. There's 0.37. .49. .58, close enough. .5758, we're good. Now we're correct. So, we'll take this over here. Put this away. And you see that this little math error here, maybe a half a gram is critical, maybe it's not, but at least it's correct now, because that times that is 9.66. So because I added this, I removed this from this total, and we should be good. And now we can go to the melt. Yep, double check, triple check, quadruple check. Never hurts to check yourself.